each, and then like vice versa. So they have 2 more playing days, 8 more games to be played for each group before we can determine the top 8s.
We are so lucky. We get to witness all of this go down, and these are the teams, right, that are trying to make it up towards the highest level of PUBG competition. Some of them already putting up performances that are completely worthy of that.
And a lot of them are to be mentioned within that top. I mean, there's a reason, both in this group and in the last group, that we've seen those players so many times and time again, see them deliver at this level. When there then comes up a player where you're like, I've never heard of this guy before, and he starts killing these people, and it's like, well, I guess it's time for... That's what I'm still waiting for, you know? The PUBG 2.0 era, where we see all those newcomers come in and start surpassing some of these, if not legends, then sort of the more established players in the top of the
Well, that's
system.
the thing, right? There are players that we see, and some even like they stream a little bit and things like that, who on an individual skill basis are so phenomenal. They don't come from other games or from a professional standpoint. They're literally PUBG from start to finish, right? That's all they've played on the top level. And those are the guys that I think years later, a couple of years down the line, as we watch PUBG esports grow, it will be them that we look to and say they're the ones that we the wave breakers when some of our maybe older players start to retire, because we're still in the infancy of it all here.
Very, very correctly said right there. New circle pups, or first circle pups, and this time around not exactly the same circle as we saw before. We are though going further northwest, that is, up towards Georgia, Poland. For the military team this time around, saying, come on, we went up there twice and now you're giving us this circle. Shouldn't be too big of an issue for Northern Lights anyway, but at least now they do have a little further to go.
And this is the circle where we've seen Riddle and Seakorg have their best games, right?
True.
And not just because the circle starts off well for them, but it's because once they do get a circle like this and they feel confident in the first phase, they see their positionings and their rotations just be that little bit stronger, a little bit smarter with it. And it's, okay, yes, you get a circle on top of you, great, but that just gives them the opportunity to shine a little bit further here.
Yeah. Very correctly said right there. And for those of you guys sitting out there watching these games saying, oh, these guys are so good, but I'm kind of, like, if you see a shot being made, we're like, I could have done that. You know, when you watch football games, you're like, come on, do this, do that, do this, do that. I could do better. You don't have your dad standing and yelling at the TV. If you're one of those guys, well, I can tell you this, all of these guys, or the majority of them at least, qualified to this through an open qualifier that you out there sitting and listening to our pretty voices right now could have joined in on yourself had you wanted to. So if you want to play these tournaments, go over to PUBG.StarLadder or go into PL Esports. There are plenty of those sites where you can go and play competitively. And well, one day maybe, who knows? James and I will get the pleasure of calling out your nickname on screen.
And that's the thing, right? It's very much that this is an open field, and this is the best way to have it. This is how we get the best competition. And yes, it's very good that you can kind of analyze and be critical, but you're playing in stacked lobbies now, 16 top teams going head-to-head. And how you approach that to what you might approach your pub games, your normal games, your friends, is very different. This is a huge learning curve, and if you can take it, well, then you deserve to be here.
Well, it's pretty easy to say. The mediocrity has been swapped out. There's only the top left. There's a reason that there's only so few teams in these tournaments, because we want the best of the best. And as you can see right here, that's what we're getting.
The only mediocrity we're going to see is when I have to sing the song from Celine Dion.
Don't say that. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I will start crying. I might need a little onion to cut next to me, but I'll start crying, that's for sure. It's going to be beautiful.
You should have seen the look I just gave Toby, guys. You should have seen the look.
Come on, 3D Max. 2 40-kill games in a row. You got it. You really aren't happy with it, are you?
My heart won't go on.
No?
And yours may stop if you keep this up.
Okay. Anyway, before just to avoid getting killed on air right here, just let's change the subject for a little while. He is a bigger man than me in a positive way. Muscularly, could have sounded wrong. He is a very. He's the one that you will
stop now. You're digging this whole.
No. He's the type of guy that you walk up and get fitness tips to. I do that all the time. He's a great guy in all of those aspects. He's just all around great guy, James. Gotta say. But nonetheless, you see how I just charmed my way back in.
Yep. There you go.
Did it work? Did it work?
He's like, oh, soften him up now. Put the butter down. Make him happy.
He gave me the death stare, and I just got really scared there for a second. But nonetheless, furthest team to go would be Inside Games, and the thing for them is they have to figure, because they have the chance. They're as close to the northern rotation as they are to the southern. Do we want to commit to north now or south? Or do we just want to maybe stay, if not outside, then on the edge of the circle, up close to Yasnaya? We know we're going to be far out on the edge, but we will have the chance to safely get the rotation on over whenever the circle commits to either side.
Phoenix potentially going to walk straight into nest. He's ready and waiting, spraying them down, trying to land some shots. Doesn't do a heavy amount of damage, but this is exactly what Seacorp did the last time we got this circle. They are well drilled in this, and they know what they want to try and do. And instantly, they force the rest of the players into Furex, who's now going to take further shots. Seacorp in good positions here.
And the only reason they're allowed to do this so freely, and I just realized this right now, is I've never seen Sukt at Nam rotate out as late as they do now in this type of circle. They would be up in Cube, they would be sitting on Everest, try to take control and shoot at these people while they're shooting at others.
Yeah.
But this time around, they're rotating out really late. Not sure if it's because they didn't get the loot that they wanted, or maybe they didn't get the loot fast enough, or they're just saying, you know what, let's not rush it. I mean, we're in a good spot right now. We don't need to really force anything.
Maybe it's a change of pace, given the fact the last couple of games didn't go the way they would have wanted.
Exactly.
And the fact is, it doesn't matter that they're right at the top, right? They will still be wanting to play for wins non-stop the whole way through.
Yeah.
And Phoenix, they really can't catch a break, because everywhere they're looking, everywhere they're driving, they are being popped at.
Oh, Game Legion. Flip one vehicle. Almost.
Come on.
A little more speed.
Give him a nudge. Oh, no.
No, they've given up. That's fair.
Oh, no. Oh, no, you're being shot at as well.
And a team that's showing a little vehicle vulnerability as well. Page running over Rival. That's a feels bad, man.
Okay.
That's not something we like to see.
I'm not going to be nice to them either, right? Zen, I expect so much better of you. Stop doing it. Of all teams, you're not allowed.
In all fairness, I think it is the first or second time we've seen them do it.
Don't care.
There's no room for mistakes in James' world.
Not when you're driving the cars.
Not when you're doing cars.
Shooting, positions, I
have to go
can
through all your
for.
PUBG stream VODs and see if you've ever knocked yourself in a vehicle.
I'll tell you now, because you'll probably go and find it, because I know what you're like. There was a moment where I, by mistake, ejected the car without stopping and just died, and I was literally about to win. I threw myself out.
For sure you would have won. I'm sure you would.
I was like, I even tweeted it out stupidly of like, why did I do like? Honestly, I'd made this like epic recovery. I was thinking it was all going well, and then I just hit the wrong button. Was
it one of those guys in chat saying press F for additional fuel or something like that?
Definitely not that stupid, but thanks, Toby.
What do I know? You're the muscles, I'm the brain. Wasn't that what we agreed on?
It is. It was just a massive error on my part on a bridge cross.
Nonetheless, Northern Lights, as we saw just before, Gamer Legion rotated out somewhat early, so they'll have plenty of room to make that move. But look at this, BCGG, great range on that headshot, coming on towards Yellow Submarine, and now for Alpha, fortunately, seems like he'll be allowed to get on over and get the res on up.
Ghost Legion as well. They've had a couple of games now where they've got towards the later halves of the game. They've been fighting as well. Are you not serious? Are we really doing this? Like, come on, 7. It's not. They're actually being shot at as well now. So, yeah, you're probably going to lose a teammate here. This is less than ideal. He's got to try and crawl his way in, give him some cover, drops the smoke down. 7. Oh, my.
It's a two-way thing, though, right? Because Francario jumps off the vehicle. And how could Edelweiss ever have dodged him?
Yeah.
So it's kind of a... But that's, again, a thing you have to practice. How do we breach buildings? If you're the first guy on the bike, always run to the right side. Something simple as that. If you can agree on those sort of things, that's going to prevent this from happening. Like, if you always know, as long as I always hit the vehicle, like hit the wall on the left side of this guy, there's no chance in hell I'm going to hit him. Agree on those things. It's super simple, and it seems dumb that you have to do it. Boink. I don't know anymore. It's not even Miramar. It's not even Miramar, guys. Come on.
That was your escape for a lot of these teams. Oh, Miramar. Well, we're on Erangel now. Finally, we do see some actual action go down, though, and Alpha's going to return fire onto BCGG, who was pinned up and had them completely locked in. He'd already got the knock onto Yellow Submarine, but they're giving some return fire. Ghost Legion looking to get it done. They're not flipping cars. See, they're actually playing the game the way it's supposed to be played.
And that's going to make you want to reconsider peeking, right? Yeah. I mean, you want to get the info, but now that you... Okay, yep, he lands shots, fair. Okay, okay. Not only are we most likely going south, it could shield shift north in the next circle, but we're also, well, most likely headed on into Georgiapol. Whether it's going to be the northern side or the southern side, nobody knows. But yikes with yikes on it is most likely what we're going to see right here.
Seacorp looking to go and change it up. They straight away start to head west a little bit here, and they know that, okay, look, let's go gain our bits. We know what's going on here. We have good awareness of how this could play out, and we want to locate ourselves some buildings to shoot onto the teams getting their rotations on.
And this is where you cannot just go with what you get. If you're sitting close to Georgiapol, it's so tempting to say, well, we're close, this is safe, let's go.
No.
You can sit in there now, sure, you can wait 30 seconds, all of a sudden there are 5 more teams next to you. Try to leave once that circle shifts out, boom, you're dead, and you're not going to get in the top 8 when you're going to.
Some of the players as well are just going to be seeing each other straight into the rotation. Shots coming out here. Northern Lights going to be able to take the lead onto Fenerbahce. Are they going to be able to do anything else here? Phoenix on top of the hill trying to make it work as well. And this is it. Some teams are just trying to pick them apart as they rotate their way in.
And this is why it's tricky. So many teams committed north because the circle with not that good shooting from deep. Must say, very good control with the SLR right there. Not able. That's always what you do. You get all the tricky shots, but then you can't hit him when you try to flush him. That's how it is. But there you go. Duskin just get the finish off.
You got the important ones.
Deep, great shooting right there. But no, I mean, there are so many teams committing to the northern side, and because the circle is so far west, you don't have time to go all the way back around Yasnaya if you've committed deep enough. So there's so many teams in North George now, and if this circle shifts south, whew, good luck from anyone trying to make it out from up there.
Now Seacorp as well have got the bridge control at the same time as the buildings nearby, which is going to put them in a very nice spot. They certainly want to be making sure they don't allow the lead to get too close from the teams below them now. They can't really care too much about what Zen's doing. It's the other teams that are starting to play catch-up.
Yep. I see a lot of teams as well trying to make that late rotation on south. Tornado Energy, they want to see if they can hold some of them off trail, though living with the scare at least for now, but there are multiple more people coming in. YMD is the next one to be shot at. Should Camp get aside to keep on shooting? Looks like it will, but he has to find his vehicle as it's rolling on down the hill. We've seen it so many times before, and here it happens yet again. It's kind of adding a little fun, a little element of you know, the whole kind of element to the game, right?
The last minute rush in, the craziness. It's like everyone just trying to find their footing and run each other, try not to run each other over at all.
Rosa with a DMR suppressor, not the best combination, but well, I mean, it's there. And if you want to go way out of the circle to get it, then you can get it. Because there's not a team anywhere near.
And the rotation from the south is so heavy, and Zen are ready, and they are posted up for it. This is going to be really interesting to see who's actually going to be able to flushed out from them.
Thing is, next circle is only circle 3, can still go anywhere on the map. As long as the center dot is on land, it can go anywhere. Is that a flip? Wait, do people do this in this game? Huh.
We've never seen that before.
X Team, that is the least effort to try to flip a vehicle I've ever seen. It's like, ugh, just driving next to it. Like, you know how when you have to carry something heavier and 3 guys to do it, there's always that one guy that doesn't really do his part, right? That was the vehicle right there.
He's not pulling his weight.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see though. Circle north, south, north, south, north, south.
Wow.
Oh.
We are getting some crazy circles today.
This is not gonna be fun. Honestly, go all the way back to Rosak, guys. Go all the way back to Rosak and rotate over. Only circle 3, you have the meds to do it. Nobody's really been fighting so far. Waste 10 bandages, waste 3 first aids. It's gonna be worth it in the end.
Really, Max coming into the action, and they're gonna get some kills as well, because they found personal courage, and they're gonna be looking for more. Personal courage are gonna really struggle to save the rest of their players here as well. It's Fosverd still in there, and he has been a bit of a point man for him. Higgy's with him as well, not too far away. With 3D Max, they're keeping everything close quarters here.
Interesting. This is really, really interesting. Outlaw tapping as fast as he possibly can with the weapon formerly known as the laser. Now it's back to just being called the Mini 14. But yeah, they limited the firing rate. It was like the dual Berettas of its day. You could shoot so fast with it right when it first got released. They get lasered. Pew, 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 pew. No, that's not a thing. Not in this game, at least. Not anymore. But what is a thing is Nez getting kills, and he continues to do so. Otstre Lovak taken down.
Yeah, he pushed in, hoping it would be empty. And this is where you've got to check all your corners. You've got to make sure that you're aware of what's going on around you. But actually, Seacorp are starting to actually push into other buildings where they're seeing chances to give them a little bit more cover here.
Issue for them is they're sitting on a very wide 2-2 split. And you could do this when you have open compounds available. Once you're in the city, that just having that one little house between you and a teammate could be the difference maker as to whether you're even able to go with it or not.
Because the moment you poke out, they're going to be ready and waiting for you. Actually, we're going to see Fenerbahce taking the boat. They're going a really long way around. This is good.
It makes sense.
Avoiding it. This is a smart
sense.
decision to make.
Makes perfect sense. They were up by hospital at one point. Drives back on down south, takes a boat now way out in the blue, but they're going to get inside the circle. One guy who won't get that far, though, is going to become, but he tried to swim, or I don't even know what he was trying to do, but he failed at it.
Yeah, he was trying to find his way out. We've got a boat play in play, and it's going to be the team of Fenerbahce, like we mentioned.
You don't want to sail between all the teams, though.
No, you're literally, what you're going to do is sit on the bridge, just under it, and say, look, we're not here, no one can see us, we're just chilling.
Guys, just go north. Just don't go close to all of these people. The idea was really good before, but now you're sailing into the city. What you do is you park the boat outside the city, and then either you swim in, like close by, or you run in. But fortunately, I guess you can say for them, as you just saw on the map right there, Seagorg, the only team that was actually in a position to fight them, have just left that bridge area, and they're, I guess, very fortunate in that sense, because they made it up there by themselves.
Oh no, knocks himself and then ends up with Wago taking him down. Less than ideal for Ghost Legion here.
Bike.
You hate to see it, and that's the thing, right? The bike being re-added is a position now where a lot of teams have to learn and relearn it in a sense, right? It's like, oh no, we've got to remember this is how it goes down.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, but they do still have 3 players remaining. And they are, well, to a certain extent inside the circle, just making it in on now. Now, next circle, away from water we go, up north we go, and there you have it. That's the only place you could really go to. And for Xaxe, Hoj, and Bullen and Phoenix, look at their position. Yeah. Miles up north, and honestly, I know you're up there, you're thinking, haha, this is all good fun because we're going to get the circle. You could have pushed down 300 meters further because you know there's no one north of you. Taking a better position, and you have the chance to do it now, do it. You don't want to get caught out because the next circle go back away, but look at this. Nes almost getting taken out. Ush take all like the entire team there to shoot, but not able to get the knock on.
He runs straight into another team, though, and he is just going to be a bit of a man to be hunted down here on that bike, as Rips managed to find Elderways coming out from Team 7. 7, they have, again, struggles. They push every time they get to the game. This is where I want to see them come alive, but not one by one. Go in as a team.
It's really surprising to me that Bullen and Phoenix allow for all these teams to come this far up, because they had the position up there all by themselves. They knew for a fact the next circle was going to go up there. Why not take something when you're there anyway? You had plenty of time to scout further forward. Now Hamster, though, trying to see if he can do something to revenge his fallen teammates. He's in all kinds of trouble. And Gamer Legion, this is going to be a repeat of things that we've been saying a lot over the last 2 days, but down in 16th place.
I feel like we've said that far too much. Gamer Legion, it is not working out for him on these last 2 days after a strong start here for Group B. And now I'm really nervous for him. 3D Max, though, in this game at least, they've been doing a lot better. We've seen them fly up the scoreboards. They're now rotating their way, and they've just got to be cautious of where Fenerbahce are, because that's who they're going to be heading into just next. Ghost Legion, though, take down Noki. The rest of 3D Max has already started to run away. Ghost Legion, they're still able to get it done. Zonk misses some crucial shots there. Tries to fire into it, getting the reload on. Kalimdor does get the knock on the Hidrick, and 3D Max are paying the price once again.
Zonk, you just made the biggest, I want to say, Counter-Strike mistake ever. When there are 3 people coming towards you, you have an AK in hand, you don't stop and reload in the middle of it with 18 bullets in your magazine. You keep shooting until it says click, 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 because you could have gotten at least 1 more kill after that.
Ooh, and as everyone tries to rotate in, Fenerbahce are just on the hunt for more kills. Higgy's gone down next as well, and this is where they can at least gain a bit of a footing in here.
Very true. See right here. Kaz slowly making their way up. I think they know that Phoenix is up here because they heard them shoot down towards the compound on the other side. Seems like they both know of each other's position. Northern Lights saying, you know what? Well, I mean, if we ain't gonna make it by the car, we might as well send it flying and just swim for the rest. And it's working for them right now, I guess, as well.
It helped them cut off the first half of the river, right? Fly in, go down, jump out, and swim the rest. Why not? Personal courage, though. They're engaging in duels early on, and they're going to be taken down. Phoenix under heavy fire here from Stella, and they're looking to get some more kills on the borders. They may have finished in second, but they had a huge kill game ahead of them. Can they get it done once again? And he spots him out. Really close by. Jamboree looking to try and get the finish off. Moments there as well. And this is not looking good for Phoenix. They had that northern center completely under control, and now they've been swarmed, but Seacorg is also joining the fight.
Exactly, they're coming into third party, and the guys from Stella needs to be ready for this. They need to be able to adapt and transition their kind of focus from the 1 player they have remaining up there into the full squad. It seems like they've been able to do that to perfection. And we talked about before how they got all those kills. It could be the motivation they needed to really get things going, and they can do something here. They were the team just like 3D Max that in the lobby, in the qualifiers, smashed their way through it with kills. Could that be the sort of leaping board for them to get things going now? I hope for them that it will. Next circle, though, going southeast out of the city we go. And for Suktetnam, they're sitting pretty well in it.
Yeah, that's directly on top of Zoktetnam and 7, but 7 are under pressure. Zoktetnam hot on their heels. Stella, not a bad spot for them still. Now just have to work their way down south. They're going to go on the hunt for Bullen, though. They want to be able to take this team down because they knew he was one of the final players remaining up there. And look at the way they're approaching him.
Got the entire ridge line to work with should they want to just run on back down, and they know for a fact that they're the only team there because they've been there for quite a while now. So not the biggest issue for them at all. You see Oztech, they're already making their way out of the city. They say, no, we will not be that last team that has to fight our way through all the other guys. We'll be sitting up here and we'll be waiting. But one team that won't be waiting is Soaked Nam as they push on towards 7.
Yeah, this is really good coming out now. Soaked Nam, they come alive and they do want to finish off 7 completely. Page has been knocked, but he's in a position where he's going to be taken down just yet. Vasquez looking out for it. Goes in, finishes him off, but is it going to be a kill coming in? No, Kramik's going to run away, so he's not going to try and fight this out. He wants to play for the placement point.
And you can see Vasquez's reaction immediately. You get that knock player, he's at the tree, boom, turns around, boom, gets him down. Info, it comes across so fast. Sure, he wasn't close to get the info as well, but now he got more fights going on. It's Poland hiding all by himself, and Ferrex really wants to get him down. He doesn't know that it's a solo player. He really wants to get him finished off, but there are way more players to be dealt with because you got all of Cass and Stella on the other side of this hillside. Moleman getting the knock onto Palas as well.
Yeah, everyone's getting involved in this, and Stella have come alive, taking down 2 players. With 4 players up to Seacorp here, and the third party is going to ruin the dreams for them. Ness firing back a little bit. Phoenix going to eliminate his bullet goes down, and this is just chaotic. Stella, they've committed to this hardcore, and so far so good, but can they keep their teammate alive?
Have to crawl on forward if he wants to get in. I'm not sure they'll be able to get that res on up out in the blue. Even does get back up, will be knocked by that circle immediately. And again, I think they realize this jump away, you're down and done for, unfortunately, but they got a lot of kills off of it. Ferrex, only player remaining on his team. And honestly, for Phoenix, they just lost that one on their own. They could have taken a better position. They allowed for teams to get on up to hold them up, and it's their own fault they lost that one. Great shots by Casto to finish off Seagorg.
But that was so smart from Kaz. They were both running down, focused on the circle. He just went a little bit more towards the west. He knew where Furex had got involved in it, goes in for it. Furex not even looking for it, gets shut down, gets shot out of it, and what a brilliant play. Still 3 players up here for the Stellar team. They're looking to continue the success of last game.
Riddle there on the kind of last edge as far as north goes on Yasnaya. They're hoping that that second next circle goes down towards them. They're trying to hold off the entire push from Fenerbahce and then have success in doing so. Dino with the double finishes off Song. And actually it's going to be Genso taking out Calm. On new circle though, going to pop southeast could be entertaining for us. It's not going to go there though. Up north we go. Back up. We have the ridge line cutting off the eastern side of the circle. You have Krabik all by himself down there trying not to be spotted by Sogdendam.
Yeah, Kravik doesn't want to engage in that at any time soon. He wants to play it until the latter stages of this match. Now, not fair. We've not spoke about them too much, at least in this game. But the last few games, they've actually had good performances.
Yep.
Is this a time for them to jump up as well? Like we said, that middle of the scoreboard is still so open. Nothing is confirmed just yet.
Nothing is confirmed at all, other than the fact that we might end up seeing Sogdendam win.
Yeah, that is definitely a solidified position now.
Unless if something really crazy happens. I mean, there is still 8 more games to be played in this group, so nothing is completely guaranteed. But we would need some people to start pulling up numbers that we haven't seen them do at all so far. Abo, though, Oztech, they wanted to get out early so they could get that high ground advantage. Now they're trying to make it work. Hannibro goes down early. Still 3 players remaining for Riddle, though.
He's going out from the Oztech Warriors. And the finish is on. Outlaw's going to get done. Arsenali, though, he eats a face full of lead, and that comes out from Stella looking to jump in with the third party here. And this is what they did not want. Outlaw looking around, trying to see where it's exactly coming from. Goes in to finish off Moldman. He's not going to be able to crouch away in time. So Oztech Warriors doing everything they can to get these additional kills. And he just wants to put an end to it. He wants to get as many points as possible. They're already within the top 8. Tornado's gone down out of it. And Outlaws, he's hungry for more. He continues to charge forward. He's going to spot out Zinzan soon, but he doesn't decide to stay for it. Gets the quick looting on go because he knows that circle's coming in, and he needs to start moving. That's going to do far too much damage. And Outlaws, he's not done yet. He does found Zinzan. It's only Hannibro left. That smoke's going to start to fade away soon as well. So how much time has Hannibro really got? He's going to try and get the res off. Outlaw's going to go in for the finish, and this is looking so good. Oztech Warriors up on 5 kills. Can he get the potential 2 more?
I think initially Outlaw was on a flush mission. There he goes, spraying through the smoke, gets down the finish onto one guy. They constantly have to be wary, though, that they have Stella above them. And you see Outlaw turning around, doing the damage needed, trying to at least. They do get the finish off onto Hannibro. He gets taken down in the end by the circle. There's a push coming in 60 with the double, securing himself not only the kills, but also taking out Oztech. And this is some sort of confidence that has been long and lost for Stella, but they have regained it.
If you're another team right now, you've got to be looking at how Stella in the last 2 days have just brought their A game. This is what we wanted to leave for them. Northern Lights, okay, bro, he's trying to stay up. He's not going to be able to make it happen. Vascu, he doesn't miss shots like that. He was ready and waiting for you to come through the blue.
Honestly, in that fight just before, as it happened for Oztech, there were 4 guys alive, but they were full-on tunnel visioning riddle down there. They needed to have 1 guy looking behind. They had already heard the shots fired from Sixy and from Stella up north. Have a guy be waiting for it, because in this lobby, with this point system, people will try to third-party every chance they get.
No, that's it. They're hungry for the kills, hungry for the frags. Krabik is still up there at the moment, chilling on his own. Zen has 4 players left alive. Not Fair have 4 players left alive. Stella with 2, but they've had plenty of kills in this game.
Yeah.
What can Krabik do? Can he be another nuisance for some of these other teams? Soket and Nam are working their way up a little bit towards him, but are they going to actually meet him here?
I think Ivel knows where he is. Just a hunch. Just a hunch.
No. Krabik, your legs, mate. You're too long. You're 6'5", and you're being seen, and you're going to be ripped apart. 7 tried to stay alive. They managed a respectful 4th place.
I like what they did, though. Ivel, he could only see his feet. He knew that if he started shooting, he was not going to die fast. It doesn't do that much damage when you shoot to the feet. So he was waiting for Paige to see him as well. He saw him. He held the angle. He's behind this tree. Can you speak him with me? Okay, 3, 2, 1, shoot. And that's when they got him. Really smart communication right there.
Now, both the Stellar players proned up and ready. Sigsy is going to have to move in. Not Fair could end up going in between them if they don't check it all out cautiously enough. Zen working their way around the north. They might walk straight up onto Kaz. And this is what Zen's doing. A lot of teams haven't been doing is checking for these prone players.
Yeah.
They know what's been happening in the past. They know how much damage they've been able to do. And so this time around, they're saying, nope, this isn't going to happen. We're not going to allow it to happen. We want to change up the game a little bit here. And the firing is already going to start to come out here. Sigsy, they're looking for him. Ivor, hungry.
Cass gets spotted out. He's trying to do the damage needed. Not going to happen, though. Goes down immediately. And now, for the boys from Not Fair, they got themselves into a good position in game number 1 today off of, well, I guess you can say a little fortunate Northern hardship, but not a whole lot more to it than that now, though. 4v4 against the top of the lobby. Can they do something here? BCGG goes down immediately.
Yeah, BCGG overextending himself just a little bit here. Rip working his way up, proned, trying to see if anyone's going to poke up into him. But Zen have already done the 2-2 split, and they're going to completely surround Not Fair. How is Not Fair going to deal with this pressure? Paige on the hunt looking for it. Vasquez going to be the first one to get knocked down. Could this be Not Fair's chance? More damage happening, but Paige does reply. It's trading it out effectively so far. Genzu doesn't know how to look. He doesn't know where to turn. And once again, Zen, they're in with a chance to get it done. Not Fair. Gluttony, he's low on health, 22. He's waiting for him to poke in. He gets the first one, but he can't get anything else done. Another brilliant win coming out from Zoken Nam, and they play that flawlessly. 11 kills, 10 points. It's going to be 21 points in total.